Well, this was unexpected. What the heck? JP Morgan goes crypto. Are you kidding me? This is a lot to take in. For some, this might be a good thing. This validates cryptocurrencies in general, seeing what seems like the biggest name in banking history has now rolled out their own token. So, what's gonna happen next? Are we gonna be trading Morgans on Binance now? What does this mean for XRP, which was supposed to be doing what JP Morgan is now gonna do? Is there hope for all hodlers? Meanwhile, South Korea's leading telco company released a local cryptocurrency in the city of Gimpo. Apparently, it's called K Token and it's legit. Their government is being really innovative. Really excited about this. The world is changing, guys. This is the revolution. Tell your friends. Hello, Crypto Gang. Welcome to Lambo News. So we just had the first cryptocurrency created by a major US bank. JPMorgan Chase has released their brand new digital currency called JPM Coin. By the way, JP Morgan moves more than $6 trillion around the world every day for corporations. They have a massive payment system. And in a few months, they will trial a small fraction of that on JPM Coin. Now, their CEO, Jamie Dimon, had been vocal about his distaste for Bitcoin in the past.
I could care less about Bitcoin. I don't know why I said anything about it. The blockchain is a technology, which is a good technology. We actually use it. It will be used for a lot of different things. God bless the blockchain. Cryptocurrencies and digital currencies, I think are also fine. JP Morgan moves $6 trillion around the world every day. We don't do it in cash. It's done digitally. If it can be done digitally with the blockchain, so be it. But it'll still be a dollar cryptocurrency. What I have an issue with is a non-fiat cryptocurrency. Dollar, so crypto.
So to summarize what he said, I could care less about Bitcoin. God bless blockchain. Cryptocurrencies are fine. I have issues with non-fiat currency. Crypto Gang, this is a classic example of a man whose head has gone so far up his butthole that everything he says stinks. Because cryptocurrencies are the future. They're not fine. And you should care about Bitcoin, especially if you're in the finance industry. At least keep an eye on it. You better. Let's be straight here. Love it or hate it, Bitcoin is not something you can ignore. Now back to JPM Coin. According to Umar, head of JP Morgan's blockchain projects, the applications are endless. Literally anything where you have a distributed ledger which involves corporations or institutions. But only 3 so far have been planned. The first application is for international payments for large corporate clients, which now typically happen using wire transfers between financial institutions. Because institutions have cut-off times for transactions and countries operate on different systems, payment settlement traditionally may take more than a day. But with JPM Coin, it will settle in real time 24/7. The second application is for securities transactions. Relying on wires to buy a security results in a time gap between settling the transaction and being paid for it. Instead, institutional investors can use the JPM token to have instant settlements. The final use case would be for huge corporations that use JP Morgan's treasury service business to replace the dollars they hold in subsidiaries across the world. JP Morgan handles a significant chunk of the world's money flows for companies from Honeywell International to Facebook, moving dollars for activities like employee and supplier payments. Having a unified ledger will definitely ease the back and forth movement of money. Let's look at JPM a little more closely. It's not really money, they'd be the first to admit. Rather, it is a digital coin representing US dollars held in designated accounts at JP Morgan. In short, a JPM coin always has a value equivalent to $1. With that being said, what makes it different from other cryptocurrencies? First of all, they have no intrinsic value. Unlike Bitcoin, whose value is intrinsic to the coin, most cryptocurrencies worth a fraction of their market cap are at least public and open. JPM is not. It is built on top of their own blockchain called Quorum. Quorum is an enterprise-focused clone of Ethereum. It's a private and permissioned blockchain, obviously, which means that only big corporations and institutional customers have access to it. I almost don't want to finish this video. This is an abomination. Well, how about the users? With cryptocurrencies, it's available to everybody. With JPM, it's exclusive for institutional customers. Example, banks, brokers, dealers, corporates. Wow, terrific. Just the type of people we love to help. I'm sorry, aren't these the middlemen that we crypto people keep talking about? Same old system this is. Primary users. Cryptocurrencies are used as an investment, true, but that's because the industry is early and there is incentive for first movers. But with JPM, they're just using it for themselves. Yes, they have a use case, but it's only gonna serve them and their self-interest. JPM Coin is a betrayal to everything crypto stands for. It should not affect the market because it has nothing to do with the market, just an old dog desperately trying to learn new tricks. And there has been a lot of talk about JPM killing Ripple. As I know you guys are aware, Ripple has a similar goal. But now that JPM is taking the lead, it's bye-bye Ripple, right? And not just Ripple, but also Stellar. Now let me tell you that this is very unlikely to happen because 1. JPM didn't really solve any problem here but their own. They have a private permission blockchain. The point of cryptocurrencies including XRP was to bring the power back to retail customers. That was the point. We have bigger goals than faster settlements. Any centralized system could do that easily. But what they can't do is empower the average customer. 2. JPMorgan controls JPM completely while Ripple has a more distributed, well kinda, type of governance. Roughly 70% of their validators are independent users. So at least there's that. And XRP can still exist without Ripple. JPM cannot. It's not a cryptocurrency per se, but more like a digital representation of the US dollar. And because of that, other banks can simply do the same. Nothing can stop them really. What's gonna happen is that as more banks issue their own digital currency, money is gonna be even more fragmented than ever before. At least XRP is trying to fix that, not make it worse. South Korea's leading telecommunications company, KT Corporation, has been selected to develop a local cryptocurrency in the city of Gimpo. This is interesting because this is the type of support that our governments should model, you know? Their crypto is called K-Token, and it will be introduced in April. Gimpo City plans to issue 11 billion won, that's roughly over $9.7 million worth of K-Tokens per year, and this will include budgets for various social services and developments. This crypto will only be available for use in the Gimpo area though. It works by scanning QR codes and merchants can easily convert this into fiat without fees. Fortunately, KT plans to expand their currency usage to all local governments including places like Hadong-gun, Namhae-gun, and Ulsan-si, which have concluded existing business agreements based on the performance of K-Token on Gimpo City. Furthermore, they are also planning to provide various business-related solutions using this technology. And according to KT Chief Executive Seo Young-il, we will successfully carry out the local currency business in Gimpo City. Local currency introduction will contribute to the revitalization of the regional economy. Now, this is something that I'd love to see here in the Philippines. You know, start in a small town and execute a pilot project maybe. Then as soon as we see more successful trials, move to local government and to bigger metropolis. Cause why not? Governments should learn how to innovate. They should think outside the box. What about you guys? Do you wish your local government would have their own local cryptocurrency? Tell me why in the comments. Damn, it feels good to be in crypto. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. So far, we were trading sideways, but we were off to a good start of the year. Had a pump recently. Will this last? I don't think so. Look at the chart. It smells a lot like manipulation. But so what? We're still here, fighting strong. It's been an honor to be here for you guys. I'll see you on the flip side.